Trying to find my place in this world.
Trying to find my place in this world.
Outside my window, the goons with the mob ties will lock eyes and end you. They tend to offend dudes, they pop nines and render your body with hot iron. Stop lying, you're mental. Reply to the cops now, they switch like Nintendo. Hit all the passwords, now shit is simple. You bent over backwards, now you in limbo. Your cup runneth over, and now it's a thimble. Could've done it bolder, but now in your window. My thoughts are going insane from the pain and fear. Thought it was cold and rain, that's just the angel tears. The flow was flame, yeah, got
that's just the angel tears.
My solo thing, that's cause the game is weird. In my brain, I could see all
Knock the cup over, now it's a thimble.
It's a thimble. What's up, everybody?
What's good?
Tell me what you see. What do you see outside your window? Huh?
Outside of my window.
Huh?
My window. Tell me what you see.
Yeah, this was like
outside of his window, his window.
Tell me what you see. Outside of my window, my window. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Oh Lord, oh Lord. Welcome back.
Yo, I remember when we made that track. That was Shiki was the executive producer on that, right? That was that episode.
Was that it? I think.
Oh,
yeah.
was that? Is that? Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that was your
Props to
Shiki was the
Cheek.
executive producer. He sends to me like, I need a cook, need a hook. I'm like, all right, fine.
Check it. Check a sip. Check a sip.
Yo, what's good, man? We got somebody down here that y'all normally see, but y'all haven't seen in a long time, so y'all normally haven't seen them. So this is the Fingers. Yo, welcome back, man.
Big homie.
Good. Good to be back.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Good
sir.
to be back.
How you doing, the fingers, huh?
Been working.
Yeah.
Both working and on music. So yeah, it's been a lot going on the last few months. Planting some seeds and things. So yeah, making some things happen.
That's dope.
And I saw your latest newsletter email. How do you manage your day, man? How do you break down your day? You got the full-time gig going on, you got the music going on. It seems like you're also everywhere. I watch different podcasts. I'm like, oh wait, there's the fingers again.
Yeah, it's a lot of it is not sleeping. That's the big thing. Probably get 3-4 hours of sleep. It's crazy because I work full time and they just started making us come back in the office 3 weeks ago after Labor Day, 3 days a week. So it's like I'm back after like 2 years of working from home and being able to not have to deal with a 2-hour commute. So now I'm back to that. And it's like trying to get my mind wrapped around that. It is 3 days a week, so it could be worse. It could be back to 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, doing a lot of traveling this summer, planting seeds, networking at different events, and getting back into the business side of things and diving in on sync licensing and trailer music. That's been a lot of the stuff lately. I actually haven't done as many contests this year because I've been focusing heavily on the sync and trailer music lately. So it's been an interesting journey in that.
I know that commute, man. You are doing the exact worst possible route in and out in one of the busiest places for traffic in the U.S.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't miss it during the pandemic. It's like, man, I'm going in. Like I gotta wake up at like 5 to get in by like 7:38. And like I'm like I'm getting into work and I'm like, man, I could be asleep because my first meeting might not be till like 9, but I'm like, man, I could be asleep until 8:30. That's 2-3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the commute luckily is most of it is on like a train, so or either a train or a bus. So I could either I'm usually listening to podcasts or listening to like trailer music, or I could like be making beats and stuff. I used to make beats before the pandemic. I would make beats on my commute, but now it's been definitely a lot of podcast listening. Going in or listening to audio books,
or 3 beats later.
3 beats later. Actually, I was diving in today on some of I've missed like 3 episodes, so I was diving in on who was the guest you had last week? Trap.
Rico Trap.
Rico Trap.
He has said something. So I want you to send this clip to him. He has said something about a song he released, and he was like, if you slow it down, it sounds like eerie, like horror. And I want him to test that out, and I want him to release it next month, or really he can release it next Monday or but it'd be great. That song he had is like a fun, energetic vibe. But if he says something like if I slow it down, it'll be like horror. So I want him to test that out and then release it as like a horror vibe for like Halloween, scary thriller month and see what happens.
Yeah, man,
that sounds dope.
We gotta let
Boom.
him know. Rico, if you're
Rico,
watching
you've been
this-
challenged.
Challenge.
Rico to the stage. Rico to the main office.
Reverse challenge.
Right.
Come out of the shadows.
Rico, come out of the shadows.
Come out of the shadows.
Yeah, that's a dope challenge. I like that idea.
And yeah, speaking of that, I mean, it seems like I don't know how everyone feels about having like another Halloween or spooky beat challenge, but DeFingers is always like, wait, we could kind of like look at the year and break it down at different themes, and Halloween is right around the corner, right? We're like a little bit more than 30 days out. So where's your spooky beats? You got a whole spooky playlist, DeFingers?
I did always looking at the calendar, seeing like what's out there. I did a horror trailer project. It's got things called horror trailer. So it's just a trailer music, but for like scary movies. I released it earlier this year. There was only one Friday the 13th this year, and that's when I released that album. And so I'll probably push that again next month. I might do some more in that vibe next month, but yeah, that's when I released it. That was like back in the summer. So it wasn't like around the scary times, but now I can like push that out because I have it out in the world. So yeah, just been doing a lot of trailer stuff. Link it up with a lot of great trailer music libraries, both sync and trailer, but really focusing on the trailer stuff. And then one of them sort of taking me under their wing to sort of be like a mentor mentee program. I'm learning like, I send them music and they give me feedback like, you want to change this up, add these, little things to it. So it's been really enjoying that journey. And then I'm also doing a trailer music course. So I'm really diving in on the trailer stuff because it's insane. It's a whole nother, there's people that do only trailers.
Right.
And it's a whole nother like beast altogether. And then I could take some of that. And if you've heard some of the beats I've been making lately, I've been putting out like raps and stuff. I've been putting that sort of trailer influence into like those beats and stuff. It's actually it just adds that cinematic vibe to it.
I was going to ask you, I think, maybe even probably when we first met online, you were doing a lot of trailer stuff. I don't know how long ago it was now, 2 years maybe. When did you focus so much on that? Did that come about like for any specific reason or?
Yeah, there's a I might have shared with you guys. There's this guy. But it's a couple of stories that sort of intertwine together. But one, Ken Lewis, we all know, love Mixing Night with Ken Lewis. He had a trailer music guy on last, I want to say March or April last year. His name is Michael Moss, and he did an interview with them. And I watched it, took some notes or whatever, and he just discussed like how he got into his trailer music like journey. I didn't think much of it, and then a few months later, around last August, September, I came across this guy named Gabe Kunda.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
the voiceover like god of like the trailers, and I like was diving in on this guy's content, and like I was like, yo, this dude is doing all these movie trailers. He does the voiceover for the trailers, and I'm like, I want to do what he's doing, but on the music side. Right. That's when I really started focusing on doing music for trailer. I put out my first trailer music album Thanksgiving last year just to get some feedback. Then did another one Christmas last year. And then this year I started lining up with some great companies. I made a list of a bunch of sync libraries, trailer music libraries. I actually shared it on the last Mixed Night with Ken Lewis. It's like a huge list of just libraries, hundreds of libraries that you can reach out to. And I did like a Canva presentation and I shared it. So make sure I send that to you guys.
I saw that. And I wanted I wanted to kind of go through some of that, but we don't have to do that today. But what I want to do is I want to show people the episode because this is a great episode for
yes, please do.
This is episode number, was it the last one? It was the last one, right? Yeah, this is 9-7. Yeah, it is episode number 48, Mixing Night with Ken Lewis. And the whole episode is talking about sync. And Ken basically invites all these different subject matter experts on the world of sync licensing. And you'll see, I think, like right around here. Where's the fingers? This presentation. dude gave a serious presentation.
I was
Like, here it is.
Kemp was
Here it
like,
is.
dude, man, what did you just do? Like,
Yeah.
I call it syncers to success. What's crazy about that is I mentioned some people that you might know in the sync space, and I've reached out to them, and I'm trying to pull some stuff together for some of the networking I did this year. I'm trying to tie it in all together so that next year I can, put together some like panel discussions and things. I even reached out to the Trade Ace and B3. I'm trying to get a panel discussion set up there, and NAM is a big one. That's been a big one for me this year. But yeah, just traveling, networking. Did Vegas again. Shout out to, of course, Vortex and Sauce. And we had to go see Usher, back out there. Had to make some moves out there. But yeah, just been traveling, enjoying. If anything, I would say everyone watching this, you have to get, if you're in the music space, entertainment space, you have to get to NAM next year. It's gonna be it's just a great like networking, great environment. It'll be in April next year.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So
Do you know the exact date, by the way, or no?
13th, I think, in Anaheim. Because I'm trying to pull some stuff together. I've been talking to some of their team there, and I'm like, what I'm trying to do is like get it so that April 13th through the 15th, so that I don't have to pay to go. Like, I want to go to these things,
Right.
but I don't want to pay to go to these things. I'm trying to set it up so that
Right,
like,
you connect it.
So yeah, trying to connect the dots. So I pitched to them a couple of ideas for some panels. I don't know exactly how it works for them specifically.
Right.
I pitched some ideas to E3 Publishing. I don't even think they saw it, but I was like, yo, I missed it this year, but would love to put like this type of thing together. Yeah.
What I heard is, I mean, obviously, maybe I shouldn't be saying this live, but I heard for some of these shows, if you connect with your local small guitar shop, not the big box ones, but the small ones,
Yep.
and you talk to the owners and be like, hey, what do I have to do to get it a pass? They can get it passed because they invite the retailers essentially. So if you get in with a retailer, then you could be like, hey, listen, this is what I'm trying to do, blah, blah, blah. I could go like represent you or some shit. And then
Cheeky about to break the internet.
Yep. Cheat code.
I mean, I heard.
That's what you need.
Is what you can do. I heard.
You need a segment where it's just called cheat codes.
Cheat code.
Cheat
codes. And little
cheat
hacks
codes.
that you come up with to navigate this production space and music industry.
This is just me repeating shit that other people.
That's why you should call it the cheat codes. Because it ain't cheating.
There we go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now, just off of that real quick, there was a thing like I had to be like the day after I got my NAM pass. Someone in my network hit me up, was like, yo, you need a NAM ticket? I was like, man, I just paid for it.
Man.
What's the return price on this drink?
So that's when you be like, next year, file,
next year.
give me a rain check for that. No, I just had a quick question. And this is really just a general question, not just for you, but for the whole room. But really, I want to focus it through the fingers, just because you're such a strategic and calculated dude. And I just feel like you just represented such a good blueprint as to what to do to really get in this game and approach it from a monetization, entrepreneurial mindset, which is very challenging for creatives to do. So I don't know if you want to speak on that, like the difference between being like a creative and an entrepreneur. Like, how do you balance that mindset?
It's really hard, because it's like to the point where it's like I put stuff out there. There's different ways. Like I test libraries, plugin libraries. I beta test for different companies, and there's some things that, there's some companies that will send you the software for free, but then there's some companies that'll send you software for free and pay you to test it. It's like, okay, how do I get to that level? Or they, say, hey, they'll pay you to post a video. I saw this YouTube video a couple weeks ago from a person. Her name is Erin On Demand, and she did an interview with influencer like marketing specialist, and she was just sharing tips and techniques where you don't have to have like she said somebody had 50 followers and they got like a $10,000 brand deal. I was like, how do you get to that? So they're doing some teaching on how you can be an influential marketer without having millions of followers but still getting these big deals and stuff. So it's really a thin line. I just did a video edit for someone. It took about I would say maybe took me about 3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah, it was like the audio was off, so I had
The whole joint.
It was like a 30-minute video. It's like 6 gigs. So about 30 minutes was downloading the video. It was like 30 minutes, an hour that was downloaded, uploaded. But the audio was off. So they were like, "Can you tell me what you did?" So I was like, what I did was I got the video, threw it in the LumaFusion. I had to separate the audio from the video. And then one speaker was on, one speaker was off. So I had to go through the whole video and just cut the audio for the speaker that was off, put that on another track, and then select the audio for that whole track and slide it over. And then it was like, "How much would you charge for that?" And I was just like, normally I charge, X amount of dollars per hour. I think I said like $300 an hour, but I'll do this for like $150. And it was like, cool. How can I send that to you? So I think one way is if you have like a baseline price for your time, if you want to give someone a discount, give them both prices. Like normally I charge $1,000, but you my mans, whatever, you family, whatever. I'll give it to you for $9.99, or whatever discount. That's one way. What I've been finding lately is that because I've been putting more of the focus on the business side of it, I've been losing a lot of friends, but I've been gaining more clients and customers.
Whoa, wait. So let's talk about that. Why do you say you're losing friends as a result of your business focus?
Because he's not around.
He's not doing favors, and he
can't go to brunch.
The favors cost money now.
Yeah. Wait, no. I'm trying to brunch with the fingers, and he's like, no.
It's like
he's like, Corey, it's $300 to brunch with me.
Yeah, he's like,
you gotta pay for the food,
and I got
You got to send a limo to pick me up.
Yeah.
It's a whole budget.
He's like, put the bib on. You got to put the bib on me.
And I request a separate limo driver home just in case he knows who I am.
Exactly.
Yeah, 2 different limos. Black limo there, white limo.
And they got to drop me up in the corner. I got to catch a cab so people don't think I got money when I pull up at the house.
Uber XL. No, it's there's a lot of people who I just sent beats to. Like there's artists who got like literally dozens of beats who like never paid whatever, and then some like hit me up like, yo, can you send me some more beats? And I started like putting a price on. It's like, yo, I gotta start charging, just gotta start taking business seriously. And they're like, you get in Hollywood, you get that stuff. It's like
Hollywood. No, I got bills to pay.
Weekend warriors, man.
Yeah. And here's the thing, because a lot of times people will be like, man, it'll take you 10 minutes, to make a beat, whatever, which is true. But now I shape it in this. It's like it takes me 10 minutes, but it took me 38. It took me 38 years to get to that 10 minutes. So you're not paying for the 10 minutes. You're paying for the
pause.
You're paying for the 38 years.
Power. And then it's like how many beats I'm gonna give you beats so you can rap about how much money you got on a beat that you're not paying me for.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why you got money, because you don't pay nobody.
And the other thing is I started focusing more on sync, so I don't gotta deal with like chasing up the placements and the artists. A lot of them now are coming to me like, yo, can you help me? Artists coming to me to ask me to help trailerize their stuff. Like, yo, I got this beat, I want to try to get in the trailer. Like, cool. You still got to pay me for that. But then, if an opportunity comes that way and we can pitch it to split it 50-50, whatever. If there's 3 artists, I usually do even splits, even though I'm doing a lot of work to get it to that point. But it just makes things easier. But a lot of times, trailer stuff especially is just, that's not really a collaboration thing. That's just, I get a brief to do a trailer. That's me locking in for about 4 or 5 hours. Sometimes it takes 2-3 days to get the decent trailer track. And then I'm learning, doing these courses, doing this mentorship and trying to figure that whole space out. But it's been a journey. So I haven't been posting as much beats and music lately. I've been going live more lately, just sharing about the sync music journey, and then and rapping. I released a single a couple weeks ago called Confessions of a Church. It's called Confessions of a Church Musician. That thing is getting some spins. It's not putting the church in a great light, but it's my it's sort of my experience. If you go up to the top, I think it's like the 3rd, or it might be one of the most recent posts I have. Been doing those like challenges for jingles. I'm rapping there. There's Confessions of a Church Musician right there. But it's basically me rapping like my experience as a church musician and like leaving the church and everything.
You gotta play that. You gotta play at least 30 seconds of that.
Yeah, can we hear that? Yeah, I was just about to say.
Yeah, you play it.
Cool.
Play
All right, we'll do a clip.
Let me get my voice together.
Do this, but
wait, what was that?
Do it. Go ahead.
Confessions of a Church Musician. Let's go. I can tell.
Oh man, I hit the wrong button. Bring it back.
He said invoice. You said no.
Probably shouldn't do this, but
Need that horn. Run it back. Run it back.
Confessions of a Church Musician. Let's go.
Let's go.
I can tell you about them church days. Church folk don't always act in them church ways. And I ain't talking about the congregation. I'm talking deacons, pastors, ministers, trustees. Turn to the book of corruption, chapter 1. There's money for everything but the musicians, low on funds. Now I'm not saying every church is corrupt, but it looks like some have interesting line items in the budget. Pastors 6 figures, building funds 6 figures. Musicians who are in the church more than anyone get middle. Under the guise of do it for the Lord. If only for the Lord, pay the home mortgage. If only for the Lord, pay the car note. If only for the Lord can pay off our loans. And even if you do walk by faith, the banks want you to make your payments on site. And if it's delayed, it's alright, because they will compound the interest each night. Over 25 years with nothing to show for it. 25 years get you stock options if you work corporate, or a severance package, but it's our fault, we signed up for it. And let's be honest, few come for the word. They come for the music and might hang out for the word. But if the word's in the music, why be around for the word? Confessions of a Church Musician thrown in the dirt. I guess that's the definition of breaking new ground for the church.
Okay, it's getting hot. It's getting too hot over here.
Yo,
Gonna
I
get
got
my
hot.
Getting hot.
pinky to
Yeah.
that.
Yo, y'all gonna have people
Wow.
coming knocking on 3 Beats later.
Yeah.
You know, Jesus Christ
So I
is your
love it.
personal Lord and Savior.
Yo,
I
it's
love
crazy
art.
because a couple weeks ago, it was like a Saturday. I got some witnesses that came to my door, and my wife was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Some Jehovah's Witnesses." I'm about to tell them about this song. They were like, "Do you believe it?" I was like, "Yeah, I used to play in the church. I want you to check out this song. Give me your email." I don't think they was ready for that, so they was like, "I was like, it's you might not like it, but," and then I sent them on their way. But I was like, "I'm telling everybody about it. It's been getting some good spins. It's actually been a great way. I've been getting a lot of feedback from musicians who are like, I'm dealing with this right now. There's musicians that are like, I'm about to go through this, or I've been doing this. There's musicians that don't even know about it. I'm like, you're lucky. Consider yourself lucky, because they're like, you found a good church. The one good church in the world you found. But I was just like, yeah.
Let me find out the fingers really wasn't busy. He's been held captive by the church, and he just got let out.
Got let out.
He just got let out.
That's a movie. That's a Tyler Perry movie right there. That's a
So
Tyler
has
Perry movie.
anybody from your church heard this?
Yeah. I mean, my mom, obviously, she goes there.
Pastor.
I haven't. We believe he's heard it. We haven't heard, from him. It was a lot of things that happened behind the scenes that I'm actually going to be on another podcast that I was invited to because of this song tomorrow to talk about it from another guy who used to go to that church. He has like his own Christian podcast now. It's crazy. But yeah, I've been just sending that out. I actually got a remix. My wife's like, you can't post this because I'm actually
remix.
I didn't say names in this one, but in that one I'm saying names.
He hit him with the keep playing with me, I'm saying your name.
That's one of
You don't
those.
send me your check, I'm saying
He was
your
like,
name.
you know who? Did you know what? Well, you know who? Let's keep that
Keep that between me and you, church.
Yeah, but Piso, to answer your earlier question, I think it was you who asked it, because I haven't even run this by my wife yet. But thinking about, like, I got the remix. She doesn't want me to put it out there, so what I could do is like have like a webinar and like charge, like, look, you want to hit a remix? I'm gonna do it on this live webinar. Like we
Yo,
just played
subscribe to
here.
our Patreon. Yo,
Yeah.
you, want
Listen,
you want the remix?
Listen,
Gotta
he
get on
gonna
the
have to do a
Patreon.
relocation assistance
Yeah,
video. Like that,
seriously.
he's raising money for his
Yo.
new home.
We're from the Southern Baptist Church Corporation.
Yo, he's about to move. He gonna have to move that week.
I'm gonna just start a new church. But nah, so taking all that time that I was putting into the church, choir rehearsals and things like that, learning the music, I've been putting that into sync license and trailer music. So that's why I'm doing so much now on that end, because I played in church for over 25 years, which I said in the song, almost 30 years. So ever since I was a little kid. So it's just like, that's a lot of time that I took away from like family stuff, from other stuff I could be doing. So when I think about what has happened as far as networking relationships, Sauce, Vortex, you guys over the last 2 years, partly because of the pandemic, but like if I didn't have that 25 years at church, it's like where would I be right now if I had 25 years of what I've been doing the last 2 years? So it's like Yeah,
that's
so
what I think the pandemic kind of inserted into everybody's life, is a little bit of that, perspective, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, wait, what are we really doing here? But I gotta say, something that I forgot. So anybody else have a question?
I'm thinking about this remix. This remix is on my mind with the names.
He's like, with the names, yeah. Check out the website. Maybe we'll do a behind the scenes. We can do a behind the scenes 3BL.
There we go. We're coming out. We got that free pass to the webinar. I was gonna say, so just in general, obviously we've been doing our own research on sync and stuff like that. Would you say that the trailer music stuff has a bigger bag attached to it in general, in terms of when those briefs come out, and like you look at like the total ticket price of what they can pay through the agency or whatever? Is there more money in trailer versus just your everyday, like I got my, track on some TV show or reality show?
Yes and no. It's more upfront, so you can have a trailer track, but if you're doing a trailer for what's the Disney animation, Little Mermaid, let's say you do that trailer, that song can only be for that trailer, and it's not going to be used until they make another Little Mermaid in another 100 years. So it's like it's very limited in a lot of cases. So there's two ways to go about trailer music. You can either make trailer tracks for an album, and then those tracks can be used over and over for different trailers, or pieces of it for different trailers, which some people, that's the avenue most people take. Or you can do customs. A lot of the money is in the customs, which is the Disney wants this trailer, they want this song, or they want this Black Panther, they want this, they just want something, big artist, they want Kendrick Lamar, or what was it? It was Kendrick Lamar and Bob Marley, I think was the last one. Or they could be very specific. They might say, we want this one song that we got cleared through Beyonce, or they could say, we want a song about love, hip hop, whatever, trailerized. Or they can say they want something. It can be anything. It's just like getting a brief for sync, but it's specifically for trailers. The bag is definitely bigger. You can get anywhere from a couple thousand to hundreds of thousands. If you're landing those big ones, the Marvel stuff. But then there's also people going for those outside of me, or people who've been doing it for like 10, 12, 20 years. Right. So in my mind, I'm like, that's not going to happen. But I'm taking the contest mentality I had, before diving into trailers, because when I enter a contest, I always enter knowing I'm not going to win, because someone else is always going to win. And then when I do win, it's like, oh, cool, I won. It's great, whatever package. Yeah. But I just enter just to be like, okay, I got some more stuff in my catalog. I got some more experience. Maybe I got some sounds out of it. But I'm just taking that and applying it to sync and to trailer music. So a lot of it is definitely a bigger bag. And then I found that linking up with some of the smaller companies, I've reached out to all kinds of trailer companies, specifically big ones that are doing off the big trailers, but then also the smaller ones. And the smaller ones are the ones who sort of have time to work with me, or they listen to the music and give feedback, or they might say, hey, come join the team. So I actually have 1, 2, 3, I think I have 4 that I'm working with right now. And that's a lot of time. So it's like, if I get a brief in and I go for it, it could take me, 6, 7, 8 hours. I've done some in as little as 2, 3 hours. That's really like focused, like really hunkered down with tight deadlines, custom. But then I also have a catalog now of stuff that if it wasn't used for something, I could start pitching that to other stuff. So
how often do you have that happen? If you don't mind me asking, like, how often do you make something for one thing and then it doesn't work, but this next brief comes up and you got exactly that? Like, how often does that happen?
Depending on what it is. So if it's like a super custom, if it's a property that is like an IP, if it's like a Star Wars thing, I've done some stuff for trying to get those opportunities. That obviously can't be used on like anything else, because it might have the Star Wars theme and like some of the sounds.
Oh, okay.
If it's like just something general, like a general like orchestral trailer thing, like some of the trailer albums I have out, I can pitch that to whatever, and then whatever lands is where it lands. And then I can also, there might be, depending on the deals, or there might be like, hey, we're gonna put this in this film trailer for 3 months or whatever, 4 months, and then after that you get it back and you can put it to other stuff. So there's people that have landed like trailer music in like 10, 20 over the years, 10, 20 different movies and things. So I'm definitely trying to get to that spot with like trailer music.
Wow.
I gotta say, trailer music is the one area where I hear people's submissions, if you will, or what they post online for things that they've done, and I think my ear is not developed enough because everybody's trailer stuff I listen to, I'm like, that is great, like, you know, and it's like, who are the people who are like super known for it? Are there like names out there in the trailer world?
And that's what I like is that there are people that can be anonymous. Like there's people that are like Hans Zimmer
in the shadows,
of the trailer music. They're in the shadows.
Yes.
But Hans Zimmer, more or less can't really go to Walmart. I mean, maybe he can. Some people probably still won't recognize him. But like the trailer guys, it's like you could be standing next to a guy and be like, this guy just did the whatever trailer. Like I had a chat with a guy named Grant Borland. He landed 4 trailers so far this year, and the last one was the Lord of the Rings. He did that trailer, and I was just like, man. And I just like talking to these guys. There's actually there's a group on Facebook, trailer composers like support group. Just going into groups like that and researching like the posts. Like people ask questions. A lot of the questions have already been asked. Like, hey, how do I find libraries to work with? How do I land my trailers? Those questions have been asked. So you're just going through search history and groups like that. And there's some big composers there. Mark Petrie is one. Petrie. Caleb, I believe Swift is his last name. Is one. Caleb is another one. And then what's really great is when they land trailers, they actually say, I just landed this trailer with, Marvel. Shout out to, Eternal or whatever the company is. Shout out to this company I work with. And what I do is I reach out to the company. It's like, yo, just heard you landed this great trailer. Would love to have a chat with you to get some advice. I'm trying to get into trailer music, and that's opened some doors. Just the whole networking thing.
Right.
Just using. I don't say the person's name if they didn't really say. Go reach out to them. But I was like, I just found out you did this trailer. I'm diving into the trailer. So. So I have a spreadsheet of like libraries I reach out to, like when I emailed them, if they responded or not, and that's how I've landed so far. On the trailer side 4, I think I have a couple more on the sync space. I'm diving into.
That's very dope, man.
This is an amazing update to Fingers. Amazing update,
big homie.
No shit.
Yes.
Other than that, though. Everything good? Summer was fun.
He said other than that.
Other than all of that.
Just been enjoying the traveling, especially like I said, NAMM. We went to California, went to Vegas, went to see Usher. Usher has a great concert. I don't get paid by Usher yet. He has a great show out in Vegas. It's at the MGM Grand, and it's one of the first shows that is mixed in Dolby Atmos. Live shows that's live mixed in Dolby Atmos. So you're hearing like sound bounce around the room. Wow. So here's what's crazy. Before the show, we get there like an hour before the show. His DJ's like, doing the warm up stuff. We're sitting next to the showrunner, the lighting designer, we're sitting next to basically the people running the show. So I told my wife, like, I'm going to go talk to everyone. She's like, you better, because we paid a lot of money to be here. I literally, before the show, I went around, talked to the lighting, the show designer, and his DJ. I met his DJ, and that was like, for me, the biggest, because his name is DJ Mars. DJ Mars 404 is his Instagram, I believe. His name is DJ Mars. And just talking to him was like, yo, man, love you. Love you. I didn't even know it was his DJ. I was just like, before the show, I didn't know that was Usher's DJ. I was just like, yo, man, been a fan of yours forever. And I was like, yo, can I get a picture? Took a picture. And then during the show, Usher's like, shout out to my DJ. He goes over to the DJ or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's his DJ. So after the show, I go up to him and was like, yo, I know this other DJ, there's another DJ in California. His name is DJ Malski. He's a DJ for the LA Rams and Sparks. And I just met him just networking. I was like, yo, DJ Malski, I'm over here with DJ Mars. And like send a video to him. They already know each other. They're DJs, they're DJs at the top of the game. But I'm just like, yo, DJ Mars, I just want to say what's up to you. Like he sent him a message. So just trying to do that networking. Like they know each other, they can call each other. But I'm just like, yo, I'm trying to get in the mix. But yeah, so DJ Mars, of course, already linked up with some of Usher's team last year when we went to Vegas. But what I did differently this year is the day before the concert. I haven't watched his NPR show. It came out like months before the concert. We went to the concert in July, I think. The day before the concert, I watched the NPR show, his Tiny Desk, right? Have you heard of the Tiny Desk series?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I watched it like a day or two before the show, and I went through and during the show they're like, yo, here's my drummer, so and so, here's my keyboard player. I went through found out all the musicians that played in that band on NPR, reached out to them on Instagram. It was like, yo, NPR set was dope. Bringing the family to come see, the show at the MGM Grand, in a couple of nights. If you're there, we'd love to chop it up. A lot of the band that was in the NPR is actually the same band that's on the stage. Some of them weren't. They're like, yo,
wow.
I'm on this other tour with this other artist. So what's crazy is just like building the network just from using these different, avenues. And last year I met his drummer, who actually lives in the area. I won't say where we are, but his drummer is actually not too far from a lot of us in this group. But it's not the drummer that I met last year. I was like, yo, we're going to be in Vegas again this year. We'd love to chop it up with you, buy coffee, whatever, chop it up. And he's like, man, I'm not on this tour. And they went with another band. So he's off touring with somebody else. It's like the musician stuff. But just using those networking, those gems, those seeds have been planted over the years. Of course, Sauce out there. And the Vortex out there, and definitely trying to get back to California, which is another vibe. If you can get to NAMM, there was a lot of great. NAMM itself is great. Met a great YouTube personality named Sanjay C. Met him and his wife. They review a lot of plugins and stuff. They have like hundreds. I think they just got 400,000 or 500,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh wow!
Been following him for years. And then just met some great engineers. There's one who I met years ago, and I'm working on a book. I just need to finalize it. I'm working on a networking book, networking course. There's a guy, his name is Irko, IRKO, who he just mixed Kanye's album, Donda and Donda 2.
Oh, wow.
And he was hosting a party out there in LA. The first night of NAMM at he just built like a studio out there. Like he's Italian, so it took him 6 years to build this thing. He was importing like fabric and marble from Italy. He had a decent budget. His studio looks insane. It's like his apartment is above the studio, and then downstairs is a studio, and he's trying to make it like a nice facility. He had a party out there the first night. So went out there, chopped it up. I got some of my LA friends that was already out there. It's like I was telling I literally, here's what's crazy. You want to hear something like dumb yet crazy and fun? I invited Hans Zimmer to this party.
Like, you invited?
I invited Hans Zimmer. I literally went to Hans Zimmer's Instagram, like, yo, I'm in LA. I don't know if you're out here. Love to have you out. I invited all kinds of like composers that I like am fans of. Invited one who I've actually been linking up with online. Haven't met up with him yet, but literally, like, you find these composers like, yo, I'm in LA. My friend's hosting this party, at his studio. It sounds kind of sketchy coming from a stranger, but
is that the musician's version of like drunk texting?
The drug testing. I'm literally inviting all these composers because you never know who showed up. I invited all these different communities, and some people from these other communities. Not Hans Zimmer, of course. He was actually, it's crazy. He was actually doing rest in peace, but he was doing the Queen's Jubilee around that time. I found out later. He was actually in Europe. He wasn't in LA. But that's like to be a musician. You sort of have to be crazy to like. There's no way that Hans Zimmer is going to come to a party invited by me, but maybe he does, and maybe
he might though.
Does. You never know. So that's my.
Just wake up in the morning after a night of drinking, looking at your Instagram like, damn, I invited Kanye.
Like, wait, was Kanye? It's crazy because I invited somebody. I invited somebody from Control Camp, another great sync licensing resource, and he was there before me. Camp. Like he was like the first one there, so he showed up and he was like, "Yeah, I showed up and nobody was here." So the door was open, so I just went in and made myself at home. And I was like, "That's exactly what you're supposed to do," because he was there before everyone else. And then when Irko got there, he had time to chop it up with him like one-on-one. And then he was the last one to leave. Like I had to leave at like midnight. I'm like, "Yo, I'm tired. I'm getting back. I'm just get back to the hotel. The family got to get this damn thing tomorrow." But he stayed there probably till like 2 or 3 in the morning. So like I just like building those connections. So Irko, I actually met him like over a decade ago from another friend that I work at National Geographic. So a friend that worked at Nat Geo. We also went to the same school. He was like, yo, my friend Irko from Italy's coming to town. He just likes checking out studio stays. He's mixed at the time. He mixed for like J-Lo and Jay-Z, I think were like the biggest names he mixed for. And just linked up with him and like met up with him, really liked the vibe. Whenever his parents came to town, I would give him a tour of National Geographic. And like 10 years later, like he's mixing Kanye's album, and I'm like hitting him up every time I'm in LA. Like, yeah, we'd love to chop it up. And he's probably the most stylish engineer. He wears a bow tie, and he has like hundreds of bow ties. He has a bow tie collection, like wooden bow ties, glass bow ties. It's crazy. Bow ties that light up. It's insane. But Irko, shout out to Irko out there in LA. So hopefully, if you get to NAMM next year, hopefully he'll do another party opening night, and then Manny American. Was it Manny? No, Bob Horn. Bob Horn actually did a closing night party at his studio at NAMM, and like everyone who was anyone was there. So like these top engineers, Dave Pensado, Herb, like all these top guys are at this guy's studio just partying at the end of NAMM. So if you can make it out to NAMM, definitely make it out. Stay after the last night. I think it's April 13th through the 15th. And stay an extra couple of nights afterwards because you don't know what's going to happen after. What we did was we went a week before. We did like Disney because it's right down the street from Disneyland. Did the whole Disney thing with the kids. Spent some time at the hotel. It was I think this year. It was in June, I want to say. So we was out there, and then Vegas in July. We was in Orlando for Full Sail alumni meetup.
Oh, that's right.
Back in March. Made some great connections there. So those are sort of like 3 big events this year. Came back home with a lot of great connections, but came back home broke. So now diving.
I was about to ask you. I just started laughing. I'm like, yo, wait, how much did this all cost you, man?
Yeah. So that's why I said the sync and trailer music. Planting a lot of those seeds at those places. So I think I put it in one newsletter, but when you do these things, when you do network and when you go out, you got to think of them as investments, and you got to figure out how you can get a return on your investment. In fact, you can use them as tax write-offs if you have a business. When you do travel, your airfare, your hotel, your food, your expenses, your Ubers to these places, they can be written as a tax write-off. This isn't official tax
advice,
disclaimer,
advice.
Please sue him.
Maybe you get a tax. There should be a tax specialist coming on a future episode to discuss how
that's
you can
true. We do need that.
Around
make all lawsuits out to DA Fingers, not 3 weeks later.
DA Fingers.
DA Fingers.
Fingers. ERS.
Fingers.
But yeah, that's
fingers.
And then the last sort of the last cherry on top of all that has been doing sample packs. Been diving in on sample packs for some great companies.
Nice.
Some of them make you sign an NDA, but a lot of companies that you use samples for. I'm starting to realize where these samples are coming from. They're not coming from. I'm like, oh, I thought they were using in-house creators. It's just like, nah, they're just using the people that do it, and they just say, hey, sign this NDA, and we'll give you a bag.
Wow.
So yeah, but there is one that I just got that I can't talk about. It's called Route Note. I think it's called Route Note, ROUTENOTE, Route or Route, depending on where you live. But they are the largest distributor in Europe, and they found one of my sample packs on Kitsy, believe it or not. That's Ill Mind site, and they were like, yeah, we found your piano and organ packs on there, and we think you would be great on our site. I don't even think I've sold a pack on Kitsy, but they're like, yeah, we found your packs there. We'd love for you to do some packs for our site. So the thing about them is they are royalty free. So I don't usually do royalty free packs, but I did one for them. And it seems like a great platform. They have the largest distribution, independent distribution in Europe. So I might do a few more for them just to see how that plays out. And plus I can do a sample pack in like a day. So I might do a course on that. Yeah, I might do a course on that. I'm thinking of doing a sample pack creation course.
He just created one of those on here. He made a sample pack while we were on here.
You can the fingers could take all of his guest spots here and make like a whole course out of it.
Make a course.
Pretty much.
Take them all offline.
Yeah,
yeah, that's like the spiel.
We could take them offline for a small invoice. I will send you
discount.
Yeah,
like,
invoices.
You leave it online, but before they can watch it, it like is a paywall. Like they watch the whole 1 hour.
Yeah. Want to watch more?
Want to watch more?
Want to watch some more?
It's like X-rated. It's like a female unbuttoning. She's like, want to see more?
Why is a new DeFinger sample pack on OnlyFans? I'm trying to figure it out.
What's going on here?
Hey. That sound like that's not a bad idea right there.
Listen, you gotta be an entrepreneur, man. How you gotta get it, how you get it.
Yeah. So
yo,
that's
Pete,
Pete,
what up?
Real quick, you got a guest here in the chat saying David Perlman. He said, "Are you watching the Giants game right now? Is that what you're doing over there, lounging?" That's his question.
Yeah, we know P, man.
We know
that's
P's
why he's not
football.
wearing his glasses because the reflection
Guaranteed
shows.
he's watching football 100%.
I actually
What's
wish I
the score?
was watching football. I got my other screen. I mounted my phone to the side tonight, so I did it differently. My main screen that I watched the show on is in front of me,
You want
and
to
my phone is on the side. So
side view. Side view.
Hey yo,
Side view,
Perlman,
side view.
shout out my man Perlman in the house.
Shout out, bro, man.
Yeah, Thanks for tuning in, bro.
Oh, one quick question. Do you all know Control Camp? I think you talked about Control Camp before.
Yeah. I am gonna just go out there and say that I might have introduced you to Control Camp, the fingers.
You
Just
probably
go
did.
ahead and say. I'm gonna say it.
I'll give you that. They're doing a DC meetup. So for those in the DC area,
when is it?
It will be the same week of homecoming. I gotta send the details. They just announced it this week, late October.
Okay.
So it'll be around Howard homecoming weekend, October 20th. It is admission only, so I gotta figure out what I'm doing that day. It's $30. But
I'm out of town, man. I'm in Mexico.
you gotta cut your trip short. You gotta cut your trip short.
That sucks.
Nah, but yeah. So I think they've been doing some rounds there, but definitely get into all the sync stuff like V3 publishing. I'm trying to get there next year. I might not get to that unless I can get, like I said, the paid stuff. And then someone who is it here that's doing the comic book?
It's me.
That's me. Who?
Peace out.
Oh, you face the time. So there was an
You don't know
episode-
who me is?
You don't know
All these memes. You don't know
all
who
these
me
memes.
is?
All these memes. Yo, did you see? There was an episode probably about a year ago of Shark Tank where there was a comic book. Kevin Hart invested in it.
Boy.
A comic book showed up on there. Did you saw it? Did you see it?
I gotta be really easy about what I say next.
I think
let's just say that
did you see it?
that particular comic company that won that particular episode of Shark Tank, I used to work for.
Okay.
But I shortly actually thereafter that episode of Shark Tank, I no longer work for that company.
He has a track called Confessions of a Comic Book.
Oh boy.
Creator.
And it's 1,000 bars.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
I like
So needless to say, I have a lot to say about that particular issue. But just speaking in general, let's just speak generally. The amount of money that's being invested in independent comic books is crazy. I say you should check out a couple comic book companies I can shout out. Is you should check out Godhood. Godhood Comics is really dope. You should check out Wiseacre Comics, and my people's from Concrete Comics. They're making some really dope independent comics, and of course you could check out Earth's Own Kingdom. That's also a really dope.
I got one for you. You can't play this on air, but look up Ace Vane on Instagram. He does. He basically takes comics like comic clips and like makes them funny, but it's with colorful humor. It's incredible. Ace Vane, ACE VANE on Instagram. Check him out. Just look at some posts. You'll be cracking up. Like I spend after I watch trailer music, I probably spend another hour looking up his stuff. It's hilarious.
Nice. Yo, but actually the thing is, I think you were just trying to allude to a bigger, I didn't mean to like interject in that way, but I think you're trying to allude to a bigger thing when you're speaking about the investment. And
I'm glad you stopped me because I was going to say the name of the company, but we're not going to do that.
Listen, I'm not. Listen, no shade from me, brother. You know, and anyone could, you know, see what it is. I'm just saying, like, I think you were bringing up an interesting point. You know.
Yeah, just saying that there's definitely opportunities out there. Actually, if you think you get to that point to where either they were, or I don't know where they are now. I mean, I would love to see you on an episode, like getting invested in with you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely think that trying to get, you know, I haven't got to the point where I'm reaching out investors yet. I'm just trying to get my books printed and distributed on my own. But that's a trajectory that we, you know, I definitely would love to get to and where we all want to get to. I also want to really merge music with this whole art form, just because it's such a strong connection between those two things. But yeah, man, let's keep it going. Y'all just keep doing this thing, man.
I'm gonna cut in here. We have almost reached an hour, so we're gonna have to
we need another hour.
I know.
With the fingers.
It's all good.
You know, I would say the theme of this season is that we've cut back on the like hour and 40-minute episodes. So we're going to try to keep consistent with that. And with that, we're going to make a quick segue into this week's challenge, since we only have about 1 and 2 beats, maybe.
One and two beats.
One in my half. Yeah, I know E has a whole beat. I have only a little that I'm sharing. I'm not sharing all my ideas.
Oh, somebody won it already. Okay.
They did? Oh.
What? Is this over with? I thought this was still running.
What was the deadline?
Oh, maybe this is last year's. Hang on. Produce this 70, number 76.
You gave them last year's challenge?
That can't be correct.
It definitely expired. It definitely expired. I promise you. Even when you go to the link that you sent, it says this challenge is no longer available for submission. Yes, but just still could download the piece.
That's 43. That's definitely old.
See,
the link you sent us. Right there. Click on the one right there that says 2021.
Well, this is the one that's expired, but
click on this one.
We were all looking. Is this 2022?
It said 21 though.
Click on the one that when you go to the link, it's 2022. The link you sent us in what's the name?
Get out of here.
Yeah, and it even says this is no longer available. I mean, well, clearly because you got winners, but
no, I feel like
this one's too.
There's a lot of first place winners.
Like when you go down, it says 24 months ago. So this is an old one, but
yeah, this is
you're trying to find one you did for this year.
Let's look. Let's do a search.
Just go to
now. Is it the same? Is that the same drum machine for each challenge?
That they I wouldn't be surprised because they do it. I think September 9th every year.
There we go.
So go down to 176. Yeah, 176.
That was scary. Woo! 14 days left, everybody.
This is not the one that you gave us.
It's the same.
Nah, that's the one I got. That's the one I went to.
Nah, that's not the one I got. The one I got from the link you sent said this count. They didn't have no countdown. I'll tell you that.
Probably.
I didn't go to the link.
I must have sent you the link. So what's funny is I typed in the 909 day, and that's the same old one is the first one that comes up.
But it's the same thing.
The only thing is the sample pack might be different. So you might have to go in. If you did it with the old pack, you might have to go in, download the new pack, and maybe switch out those sounds for the new pack.
Yeah.
It might be different.
Yeah,
it might be the same, but it might be different. Just do an A/B real quick.
I think it has to be the same.
I mean, I know I downloaded the pack from this, so
okay. Yeah. So see, the difference is Grim was on time. He downloaded the pack after the episode. Then E.
What you trying to say? I downloaded today at 8:00.
Basically that's what I'm saying.
Wow, I'll follow you to say something like that about me.
Microwave E.
All right, I think you probably had the right samples. Let's hear it. E. Well, who wants to go
Grim
first?
I'll go first.
I'll play my 8 bars. It don't matter.
I like 8 bars. Yeah.
That's what you get is 8 bars.
What's the rules? Just make whatever
you using that. That's
Just I think it was you
have to use those sounds.
Yeah,
it's just drum pack anyway.
Where did it go?
Meta.
It was basically like, hey, use the pack in any way. It said like feature it.
Okay.
Yeah, featuring the characteristics of the TR-909. So the samples have to be exactly the same because it's just from this machine.
Yeah, you would think so.
Okay, I will stop
sharing. Change the pitch or nothing.
You can.
You could do whatever you want. But
with MetaPop, I've seen 2 types of rules where they say featuring, or one where they say you can only use sounds from the pack. When it says featuring, you can use those sounds. Sometimes they say use at least 2 sounds or use at least 10 or whatever, and then you can add whatever you want. But when they say featuring, you can pitch it however you want, but they also want you to send a picture of your DAW so that they can look and see where the sounds are being used.
All right, E. I know you got to bounce too. Let's see that beat.
Bounce, baby, bounce.
Okay. This is a journey into sound. All right. So I've been thinking about this beat all week, so
mute your engines.
right. I'll just basically break down how I use the kit. So I went in there and just grabbed everything to it in a drum rack and just started just playing around. And I ended up stuck on this pattern right here.
Wait, use drum rack?
Yeah, I loaded everything individually in a drum rack. So everything's in there. So this is the pattern that you see. Let's add different components to it. I wanted to kind of keep it simple. So I added you know me, I gotta be difficult. I went and grabbed Angie Winbush Angel, and I found the key I was in was like that's perfect for that song. So let me go find a quick sample of that song that I could use. And that was really it, just that piece right there. And I didn't even quantize. I was just like, yo, I want to just let this just in the background, it doesn't sound as off. Soloed out, it sounds off.
That sounds on.
And then I just added a little Surge, you know, I got Surge, grabbed Surge, jump in there with the West Coast Customs. And I threw the high on one and a low on the other. So the lead. And then just did the other side lower or higher. And then just combine them, one on the right, one more to the right, one more to the left. And that's it. Some chords, and I doubled up the chords on the Labs soft piano. And I just took those same chords and played them on the BBC strings.
Mm.
And that's it.
Nice. Yo, what I was trying to figure out, you know, playing with those samples, it just automatically sounds, it's like hard to have it not sound old school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That machine came out in 1983.
Yeah.
Damn. I was
But,
barely a baby. I was barely a baby.
And especially with like hats, like when you hear like old sampled hats,
Right.
Mhm.
I don't know how to make those things sound like not dusty.
I mean, you got to do a little bit of work to them. I could, like, once I heard them, I could, but I'm like, I don't want to really take, like, once I started playing around on the keyboard, I'm like, I haven't really ever made a beat that's just like this kind of bop, simple, you know what I'm saying? 909 is like, so many tracks were made with that drum machine or drum, you know, type of drum machine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, let me try my hand at making one and just take it to the whole, like, embody the whole vibe of that time frame. So I went to try to take it back to as early 90s R&B West Coast as possible, but still like a summer bounce kind of thing.
5.0. Mustang with the
Yep.
top.
Yep. So yeah, that's
nice,
my
man.
beat, man. Grim, you up
Nice.
next?
I'm looking on eBay right now. You could get a TR-909 for $2,000.
Oh, that's what's up.
Seriously, I don't
That's
know.
too much.
That's too
I
much.
mean, yo, order 3 of them, man. We got
Yo,
it.
here's another one for $6K. Another one on eBay for $6K.
Or you could sell it for $2,000.
Yeah, pretty much, because all the sounds in that machine is on 1,000 other machines anyway.
Seriously.
Duh.
Oh, oh, these same sounds. All right, you have to enable me.
Oh yeah, I will enable that. Oh, there you go. Looks like it's enabled. Y'all good?
Oh yeah, I think so.
There's another one, $9,000, pre-owned from Spain.
Oh, that's the one we want.
Oh, you keep that. You gotta do power conversion and all that. No.
Another one.
Hmm.
That's what that's what your beat reminded me of.
What's that?
You must be used to me. It reminded me of hey, what's that song called?
Oh, the R. Kelly and Biggie.
Yeah.
That's the kind of like time frame I was trying to go for. Like when I
That's
was
exactly,
like kind of in
that's
that
exactly
space.
what it reminded me of with the synth and yeah.
Beep, beep,
I mean,
beep.
don't put any R. Kelly vocals on there though.
No R. Kelly.
I think it's time to bring R. Kelly vocals back.
His
I think-
style of vocals is what you're saying.
No, I mean like his actual vocals. Like
don't know
I
if
think it's
wanna
time.
contribute to
I
his-
think it's time to start sampling R. Kelly music.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
Like
time to
I feel like
start-
it's a catalog that's not being touched right now because everybody's afraid to be the first one. But somebody will be the first one and make $1 billion off of it just for the controversy.
In 10 years.
Are you
No,
sure?
like this year. I know the guy.
R. Kelly's gonna collect most of that publishing.
I know the guy. Shut up.
I know the guy.
I don't ever want you to hear that. Say that again.
Does he own?
don't.
Does he own his like his catalog and his masters and
I
all
think
that
he
good
sold
stuff?
it.
Did he?
Think
To
he
who?
Oh, I
sold
did.
it.
To court?
He sold it
probably
or
to
signed
pay
it
those-
off to somebody else
To
Those
the
court
bail?
bills.
because he knew this
Probably.
day was coming, so he didn't want to get hammered.
Yeah. It's on
They
an
gave it to his
offshore account
daughter.
right now.
He's like,
Yeah.
this day is coming.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I will not be the first one to sample. R.
I will.
Kelly.
Matter of
For the
fact, that's the
controversy.
challenge for next week.
I feel like
The challenge for next week is sample.
Yeah,
R. Kelly.
I'm not
I
gonna
feel like
Get
Kanye
zero-
could do something like that.
Zero
to do-
entries.
I feel like Kanye would do something wild like that
like
I'm
dude,
telling you,
and
I
make a
was-
hit off of R. Kelly track.
Yo, and watch everybody go crazy over it, and then R. Kelly gonna be normal again.
No way, he's gonna get so much.
Nope,
Heat
he's
over
not.
that.
He's not.
He is. He
It's
will.
kind. What heat Kanye gonna get that he has
Nah,
another
first
guy?
of all, he gets heat all the time, but
What heat does he get that he cares about now?
I-
Like he don't
for
even
my-
show his face.
Wait,
He's-
I have
we don't
something
even know if
important
it's
to
Kanye.
say.
It's Kanye. Like,
In my 8th grade graduation, we had to sing "I Believe I Can Fly." That is all. Thank you.
oh man,
Let's hear that. Let's hear
yo,
this.
I mean, think about how many people's lives would have to change if you could not talk about R. Kelly no more. Like how many people saying I believe I can fly in one way or another, whether a graduation, a school play, some kind of event, even at church, you got to erase certain parts of your life to delete R. Kelly. Then you got Step in the Name of Love that controlled 2 summers. Then he had a remix that controlled the
Control
other
2
summers. They still doing that. They still secretly playing that at the backyard parties. I'll be hearing y'all. Don't act like y'all don't still play Step in the Name of Love.
I don't.
They still do. They still do.
Then
So
you
let's not go there. All right, you can't be
To the rivers of the
selective.
jungle.
Then you can't play. You can't play
Love.
Celine Dion. I'll be your angel. You can't play Michael Jackson. You are not alone. Like you can't play mad songs. Give that man his time and let us keep the music.
And Grim will be
Come out of the shadows.
coming out of the shadows
Thank
right
you.
now with his beat.
Mute up. Mute up. After
I
that.
ain't gonna mute. Like,
The
All
views
right.
expressed on 3 weeks later are not as
Not.
by all of the people.
He's
on the
alive.
host.
All right, here we go. I'll be playing it now.
Loop this, Grim. Loop it. But not stop.
He said, better not stop. All right, so what we have here.
no, you misunderstood the assignment. You
It was something
misunderstood.
we were supposed to let that rock for a little bit. Can we let it rock more
No,
time?
No, where's P at? Where's P? You know, P's the let it rock police.
He's watching the Giants.
yeah,
I'm totally not watching the Giants. I actually don't.
Oh, I love that. I love what just happened there.
I can hear R. Kelly on it.
Right there. That's, I'm telling you. I'll tell you what bar it's at. It's at. Right there. Woo! Bar 27. Can you loop bar 27, please?
Bar 20.
Yo, he really.
Let's go
I just
to
want to
bar.
hear that turnaround, basically, for like an hour.
You want
Wait,
to what?
wait.
No, the next one. That's. Yeah, you're on. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh. Okay.
Sure.
That's what Lil Wayne started rapping.
It's just that ending there, right at the end.
All right.
That is
So I'll
definitely
break it
pretty
down.
dope. How you flip that right there.
Appreciate it. So I used a lot. Most all the sounds, drum sounds, is off of the kick. I took that's the bass, but that's what is that? Let me see. Yeah, that's one of the kicks that I slowed down. I put down to that's not even pitched. I detoned it all the way down to 14, but I think I put it on simpler. I didn't use it on drum rack because I wanted to play, the pattern of the bass out. So I might have dropped it a few keys on the.
And this is just the kick
This is the kick.
detuned,
Yeah.
essentially brought down. And you cut the highs out too?
Yeah. I
So
took
it's
the
just
highs,
this is
added-
like what happened last week where you heard the kick with the like down the street type of
Yeah.
vibe, right? It's like in the next room.
Also, I added a reverb to it in the back, so it adds a little feeling when you add a reverb to your bass.
This is like you're walking through the movie theater, and in the next movie theater you could hear like Jurassic Park going on, like just
Yeah, pretty much. Your movie's boring.
rumble. Yeah, exactly.
I used also the hi-hat from there as well, but I cut it. I didn't let it drag out all the way. Just give it a
Just a
short.
little chirp.
Yeah, a little chirp on, and added decay and attack on it to chop it to make it a little bit more tight. Also, I use what is this? I layered this behind the hat, behind the snare. This is
It's a
one
close
of the
hat.
Yeah, close.
Okay, a little more white noise kind of
Yeah
happening. Okay,
and I use another kick. This is the other kick that's on there as well.
Did you process this in any way, or is it
Yeah, I threw DS
10?
This one, yeah, my favorite. Where is
Yes.
that?
Transient shaper.
Yeah, I use DS. Is it on this one or another track? But I use DS. I think I layered the kick, DS, and made it punch a little bit more, separate from
The bass,
other
right?
kick. Yeah.
Are they doing the same pattern, or is that where you got some differentiation?
Yeah, I got it doing the same pattern, and I think I added an extra, flip on top of the bass, so it separates a little bit. This is what is this? What is that? Rim shot? Yeah, that's the rim shot.
Yes.
Cut the rim shot and sped up the transient, turned it up so it's a quick. This is also, let me see. I don't think this is it. No, I layered a snare on top of that and the hi-hat. So that's foreign. This is complete. I sampled myself and just chopped it up. I'll play it. Hold on. Just play some chords.
Yeah, that would be a great intro too.
Huh?
That would be a great intro too.
Yeah. I was thinking about it, maybe. But I took that and added in simpler and chopped it up. And I used, actually, both of these are the same. I added guitar rig on top of it to make it sound, a little guitarish. And my favorite plugin, what is that?
It's like an 8-bit NES game, explosions going off or something.
Because this has guitar rig on it. So when I printed it with guitar rig, which is actually this right here, with guitar rig on it.
Right.
Once I printed it, I threw it in simpler, chopped it up, added a high pass on it, and my favorite, RC20.
Yes.
And to mix that down, EQ the effects of RC20, whatever the case is. Same thing with this. It's the same sample, but it is
a tremolo happening, or you cut it?
No, I turned the transient up. The transpose up. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
To 9. Use the same thing. Everything's the same. I just didn't add an EQ to it. Put a high pass RC20 on it. I gotta start saving my presets on RC20 because some of them I really like that I be doing. I have to reset this one, but presets, I love these two mixes right here to add the drag, and then this reverb is like the best. And that was
I love the reverb on RC20. I don't know why. It's just every time it's on, you're like, wait, that sounds awesome.
What is this? Is this an empty track?
It might be. It's ghost track.
Hold up, roll that back. Keep playing that part.
Yeah, that part right there.
Yeah, that's fire. Shoot, that made the whole track right there.
Right? And some, I use Studio for this. This is a Zulu pack of voices. And I just smacked some guitar rig on there. It's actually, this kit only comes with this right here. So you get this right here, and you get different African Zulu sounds out of that. And added some another, guitar rig, a high pass filter on there, guitar rig, and a delay. And then that's it.
Nice. Sick. That's sick, Grim.
Yeah, I like that same bar, that 27.
Yeah,
those chops, them chops are insane. You can loop that for like 4 minutes and just let somebody just go off.
Yeah, I didn't really want to play the beat because I might not even use this, but
hey, use it, submit it, and DeFinga says submit these early the better, because everyone comes in the last second. Yeah, we got 14 days.
14
yeah,
days.
I missed the contest doing that, trying to be like one of the last ones to submit, and literally jam myself up and miss the contest.
Just after the show, arrange it for like another 20 minutes, bounce it, submit it.
I want to add a couple more, like 1 or 2 more things, maybe a horn behind that, layered with that chop, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get it out of here between tomorrow morning or afternoon.
Nice, Grim. Good stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Good stuff. All right, well, that's it. That is it. He had a bounce. We're going over an hour. Anybody have any last things they want to shout out, things that are going on in your world, things you want to promote? Just speak now.
Yo, head over to earthtoneking.com to check out, pre-order my graphic novels. Check out yayanatural.com, YAA natural, to get the best imported shea butter in the market. And go Bills.
That's right. DeFingers, Grim.
Pay bills. Just go to Koji, KOJI.to/DeFingers, KOJI.to/DAFINGAZ. I got to update it, but got some stuff loaded there. Got some more stuff coming soon. Like I said, the networking stuff, hopefully get this book, maybe some webinars and stuff together for that sampling course I want to put together. sample pack creation course. So stay tuned for everything. Yeah.
Right.
And then movies and trailers. Just be on the lookout.
Yes, sir.
Grim.
Nothing. Check me out on 3 Beats Later.
There we go. There we go.
There you go.
Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you know, producers, artists, all that would be into watching a show about music production and then mainly talking about comic books and movies instead of playing music, you got it. You're on the right show.
Got it, baby.
But yeah, everybody's great talking again. Peace. Have a great rest of the week.
Peace.
Peace.